let's change the narrative and make it global. I give you a mandate, Mr. Mate. Let's make it global. Bring America here next time. Aussie here next time. And Zimbabwe here next time. Let it grow. Because if you share the work within the community, you're not only helping the community here, but also back in the African countries that we come from. So with that being said, many congratulations to you for the fantastic piece of work you're doing. I'm a solicitor advocate. I own Mackenzie Solicitors. I heard the wonderful chair say she hopes you haven't used me yet. I'm not here to speak to you on that side of the fence. I'm actually here to speak to you on another side of the fence, which is quite scary after I speak with you. I propose to take this as a fireside chat rather than slides and everything, because if I put all the legal jargon up there, I will lose you. I will lose you to sleep. I'm sure quite a few are aware of the Chatham rules. Yay or nay? Yes. Yes. So let's abide by that just for this piece of talk. And if anyone doesn't know Chatham rules on your table, please just slide a comment and let them be aware of it. The reason why I invite you to do that is because what I am going to say is going to grow your minds in certain areas. I missed I think a few of the speakers that came on first, who were talking about who's here in various sectors. So I did miss it. I walked in as I saw that, so I do apologize for doing a second round of this without wasting time. But who are the care providers that are not the people that are here to do speeches? If you could just raise your hand so I can see who I'm speaking to. Anyone who's offering the care providers, whatever services you're in. Brilliant. Okay, so it's a majority of us. So the reason why I'm asking you to raise your hands is because you're not here as the care workers or the social care workers or the people that are actually on the front line. Am I right? Now, what is your responsibility as the care service providers legally? And that's something that I think a lot of the care providers are starting to get in tune with rather too late at a very alarming and scary rate. So not only do I practice in crime, which is my expertise, but I also do company and most importantly, insolvency. And what I'm seeing from the care providers at the moment in the ICC courts is absolutely scary. HMRC is taking a lot of the care companies through the winding up process. And you all have to start being aware of this, please. Your companies are this big, you're in this room because your companies are growing, or you may be looking to start your companies, but you're in this room because your companies are that big, they're that good, and it's wonderful. So keep it like that. You have your accountants, Blue Hectare. I've worked with them through some of the cases I'm speaking of that are in the ICC courts. And you don't want your company to be wound up. You don't want to do that. And you don't want to be paying me a big bill of 30,000 just to get me to help you out of the ICC courts, which is what's happening at this moment. I have companies that are in their millions, 4 million, 10 million, you name it, that are churning out a lot of money in their companies, but are forgetting about the tax bill. They're forgetting about their responsibility with the tax bill, and the taxman will always come after you. Always come after you. And then everyone rushes to me at the 11th hour. Caroline, can you help me? My company's being wound up. And they've said they're going to circulate the advertisement on the Gazette. And once that happens, does anyone know what will happen straight after that? If you do, just say it. You get an account freezing order. your company bank accounts get shut down instantly as soon as the advertisement goes live on the Gazette. You won't be able to pay your any expenses, zero, because now your company accounts, savings, current accounts, everything is all frozen. And everyone's knocking at my door, Caroline, can you help me out of this? I've managed to save a few in relation to blocking the advertisement that then triggers the freezing orders. But then some come to me far too late and they get, their accounts are frozen, they can't pay staff, they can't pay the expenses, and the company's going down, sinking so fast, and these are millions that they're churning in and doing great work, and then you get people who are now unemployed or refusing to go to work because you can't pay their salaries. And then because of that, you get this horrible knock-on effect. Your accounts are frozen and you can't do anything, and now you've got to go back to court to spend a lot of money paying legal costs that you could have spent paying HMRC. So I don't have the whole day to speak about this, but it's one thing that all the care providers should take out of this room if you can, is work with your accountants down to the T. Mr. Chinya will vouch for that. I work with so many accountants, and at this point in time, the alarming rate that HMRC is going after care agencies is ridiculous. And they will wind you up, they do not care. You can try and give them 500,000 of what you're owing in taxes, because majority of them are owing 800,000 in taxes that they haven't paid since 2016 because they haven't been on top of their accounts. So it's very important, and I get so passionate about it because then I can see the good work that they're doing, because I have to look at all these files of all the history of the accounts that these companies are going through. I've got to look through everything, and I can see just how good these care providers are putting so much effort. You heard Mr. Masaka talk so passionately about what he does. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I can see the passion, I have to save you, and I'm going to do it. But then if you come to me too late, I can only do what I can. But let's not get there, is what I'm trying to say. So the big take on that in insolvency, which is up there, and also fraud by the care providers, is also alarming. So let's keep an eye on that to save our businesses. Let's keep an eye on that. Work with the your accountants in relation to your taxes, because HMRC is going after you. HMRC will want their money. It's public funds that is owed to them. You're supposed to be paying your taxes. So do it. Do it in the fashion that you should. Speak with your accountants and get your accounts in order. You don't want to be working this hard, getting a company that's churning 10 million only for HMRC to wind you up, and then it's all gone. And then you get all these COS individuals that are working for you that have had to be laid off, and now they've got issues. Now that's the insolvency and winding up side of things. If I move on, especially I'm still speaking to the care service providers, your contracts. I've had contracts come to me at the 11th hour. Companies coming to me saying, well, Caroline, Milton Keynes local authority have just pulled the contract for me. Why? And I need to pay the staff, and also they're not looking to compensate me. And I say, right, I'll have a look at your contract. I look at it, and then I think, you were so happy to sign this contract. You signed it and dotted it, and you were happy, and you made all this money with them, and you forgot to read the legal jargon that's in there that says, we can pull this contract from you, no compensation, and you've got no recourse to it if we feel we find something. And they don't even have to say what it is. They just write, if we find that there is a reason for us to pull it, we'll pull it. So you need to go through your contracts thoroughly to safeguard them. Make sure that in the contracts you have good backing support for your company. Make sure that in those contracts, if they decide to pull it, they can get it, but they need to pay you 3 months in advance of wages so you can pay your staff. They need to compensate you for things, not to just pull the contract, and then you've got all this staff that you can't pay salaries for. And that's another area that I'm seeing that is quite concerning. You have Rumbi, she deals with contracts as well. People in this room, you just do not understand how blessed you are to be in this room that sorry, I keep getting the letters all wrong, but HSCPN has put together. Don't take it for granted. Get the business cards. You should have everyone on your speed dial. You should have your accountant's speed dial, your lawyer speed dial, your immigration lawyer's speed dial, your criminal lawyer's speed dial, your company lawyer, everyone on speed dial. All these companies that you see are supposed to be in your books. And what better way to work with someone who understands exactly what you're about? You're not going to walk into some office. I always say to my clients, this is going to be laughable, but I always say to some clients that come to me and they say, oh, Caroline, I've come to you because I need your help. And I say, all right, what's the matter? They explain what they explain to me. And then I say, well, it's going to be hard. I'll try and help you as much as I can for whatever issue it is that they're facing. Then I look back and say, so who was representing you before? And then they tell me, and then I'm thinking, well, so you've come to me, and they say, well, sometimes they come through referrals, like Rumbi said, she'll refer them on to me, and then they say to me, oh, you understand my case? And I'm thinking, well, yes, I do. And that's what you should all be looking at. You need to be going to individuals that understand what you want. Individuals, I'm not being racist or colorist or whatever, but go to someone who understands your case. That is the first and foremost important thing. You go to Blue Hectare because they understand this healthcare industry. They understand what you want to achieve and how to protect. They understand because they speak to Caroline on the phone with other matters about insolvency. And they already know these things, so they'll know how to be looking at your accounts properly,